Very
Which
good
page
morning,
number?
7th grade. Welcome to the biology class, children. In the last class, we talked about the functioning of the small intestine. We talked about its structure and we also talked about its working, that what work is done here. The most important thing about the small intestine, which I told you, was the villi. Okay, throughout the line, it is a very highly coiled structure, like this. Highly coiled structure. But now, if we talk about a small portion of it, and if we talk about the lining, yes, the lining is this way. Finger-like projections can be seen, as I told you last time. Finger-like projections can be seen, and this is to increase the surface. As I told you, that here the absorption process takes place. Yes, just a minute, children. As I told you that here the absorption process takes place, so to increase the area of absorption, like again I told you that if you take a string, yes, if you take a string and what do you एक ऐसे आपने thread लिया, okay, now just see, observe, and if you make it like this, just keep it on the table and turn it this way, so you will see that now to make this much of length, more thread is required. Anshnanda, please better put your camera off so that I am visible to everyone. Thank you. So you see that this way, this structure, it increases the surface area for absorption. Fine. Now we talk about the large intestine. Now children, all of you take a pencil quickly and mark that the length of this is 1.5 meter. Seen a scale, so you can imagine that what is the length, 1.5 meter, but because it is coiled again, that is why it can be adjusted in such a small area. Fine. So the length is 1.5 meter, underline this, and as I told you that this is shorter, yes, but it is broader. In the diagram also, now turn the page to page number 22, all of you. Now we know about the liver. Yes, we know about the stomach, we know about the small intestine, and now the pink color structure. In the diagram, can you see the pink color coil structure? You will mark it as large intestine. Yes, I have seen your reaction. Now with the pencil, mark large intestine there. Large intestine. So now you know in the diagram that the large intestine is that pink color, and you can see that it is shorter in length in comparison to the yellow one, that is the small intestine. It is shorter in length and but it is broader. Just have a look at the diagram. Yes or no, children? Just give your reaction that you are able to understand this. Okay, fine. Now let's proceed. Now, what is the work? As you see in the last the last class we talked about that the absorption of the carbohydrate proteins has already taken place. Yes. When somebody wants to say something? Okay. Now, children, when we talk about the large intestine, here the absorption of the food is already done. It has got broken also, everything is done. But when we talk about the large intestine, here the absorption of water and some vitamins take place. So it is absorbed by the blood. The absorption of water and the vitamins. So please underline this also. Come to the come to the second line. To absorb water and some vitamins from the food material. Please underline this so that you get to know the main thing about it. When you turn the pages back while reading, you get to know the important point about it. Now, just see that this coil structure, now this was the small intestine, let's talk about the large intestine. As you can see in the diagram also, which is given in the book, you can see it is somewhat this shape. So this is about the lung, and inside here we have highly coiled small intestine. So when we talk about this pink structure, that is the large intestine, where the absorption of water and some vitamins is going to take place. Now after that is also done. Now the food material that is left undigested, that is not required by the body, that food material, that undigested waste food, which is not needed by the body, if that remains in our body, children, it is going to create problem. It can be even poisonous. Yes. So this food has to be expelled out. उसको बाहर निकालना है. Fine. So through first it goes to the rectum. Now just all of you now have a look again to the diagram. Can you see the rectum portion, children? This large intestine, it ends into the rectum. Just give me your response, yes or no. Page number 22, can you see the rectum? Okay. And then this ends into the anus. So we see that for some time, the food remains here in the rectum, this undigested food that I am talking about. And then through this hole, this anus, the undigested food material is expelled out of the body. This is called egestion. If you remember, in case of amoeba, we talked about ingestion, taking the food, egestion, expelling out the waste material or the waste food which is not required by the body. So the same thing happens here. We see that it enters to the smaller, to the large intestine. Then the last portion of it, there, the undigested food remains for some time, and then through this anus, it is expelled out of the body. So this is undigested food or the waste food material, unrequired food material that is expelled out. This is important about the large intestine. And what absorption takes place? Absorption of water and some vitamins take place here. Is this much clear to everyone? Any problem? Please inform.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Is
clear.
there any problem? Say.
No, ma'am, no problem.
It's understood. So you have to understand that in which part what is taking place, what process is taking place in which part of the digestive system. Now, next we talk about the assimilation of food. Now, if you remember again, let's go back to amoeba. There, the digestion is taken place. It has absorbed. It has been absorbed. Now, assimilation means that the body utilizes it for doing various work. For various purpose, for getting energy, it has to be utilized by the body. Now you know, children, that this is absorbed by this digested food. It goes to the blood, and through the blood, it will be carried to each. You know that blood keeps flowing throughout our body. Yes. If there's by accident or by chance, if there's an injury, wherever there's a cut or a wound, the blood starts coming out. This shows that the blood is present throughout our body, and because the blood is running, that is why we are alive. So now you understand that this blood keeps running everywhere. Okay? So what happens that this blood contains, it takes the digested food and now it gives it to each and every part of the body, each and every cell of the body, and that is why each and every cell, each and every part of the body is active. We are able to move, we are able to do different work, and basically we can say we have energy for doing it. This is because we get the digestive food. Is this clear? It is done with the help of the blood. So you can understand that blood acts as a transport system for taking it, for carrying it to different parts of the body. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Acha. Now, important thing. Again, take the pencil, underline this first. Come to the second last line of page number 26, children. Underline. This is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. Please underline this. Achha. Now all of you just pay attention. Okay. Now, this is your body. It's just a rough structure to show you. Okay. Now, what is there? Glucose is there. Yes, the food, that glucose is there. Now this, when you take in the oxygen. Yes, you take in oxygen. In the presence of this oxygen that you take in during the breathing process, I repeat, when you take in oxygen in the breathing process, this oxygen, it goes inside, and in the presence of this oxygen, the food or the glucose that is there, it burns, or you can say it breaks down. When it breaks down, what is released? It gives energy. Yes, it gives energy, and that is the energy that we get to do different work. So this is important for you to know. And how does, and yes, which gas is given out? Which gas is given out? We take oxygen. What do we give out?
Ma'am,
Which
carbon
gas?
dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Yes. So this carbon dioxide is coming from where? Because of the breakdown of the glucose. Okay. As a result, carbon dioxide is given out. It is collected from different places of our body, different part, and it is given out to the nose. Going in, giving out. Now, next we talk about another topic, that is digestion in the grass-eating animals. So first of all, the first thing that we will do, children, is that you are going to, where the heading is given, grass-eating animals, there only in a bracket write down ruminants. Grass-eating animals, write down, in bracket write down ruminants. Please write down ruminants. Okay? Ruminants. Now, before I proceed with this, I would just like to tell you, see, all the herbivores are included in this because they eat grass, plants, and the plant product. This you are well aware. We have done this in class 6 also. Now just pay attention. What happens is, these grass-eating animals, children, what they do, wherever they get the grass or the plant product, they eat them. Okay, and they just swallow it. Jaldi jaldi kha lete, because you know their stomach is big, so they just swallow it. They keep swallowing it because they are in a hurry. Jahan jahan ghas hai, jaldi jaldi kha le. Now, what they actually do is, they do not chew it. Like I told you when we were doing this chapter, I told you that the first thing is, when we take in the food, the first thing is that we chew it. But they don't do it. What they do? They just swallow it. So, aise hi swallow kar liya. And have you ever observed a cow or a buffalo sitting and doing like this? Yes or no? Just tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I want answers from
Yes,
everyone.
ma'am.
Yes?
Yes,
You've seen? You have observed this? Now, just relate it. What are they actually doing? They bring back this grass. जो उन्होंने ऐसे करके swallow कर ली है. Now you know, unless the food is broken down, it can create a problem. अगर हम लोग रोटी लेके ऐसे करके swallow कर ले, so our stomach is going to start aching after some time. So that is why it should be broken by our mouth, and then when it shifts inside. So what happens is, children, that when we talk about these grass-eating animals or these ruminants, we see a behavior that they keep chewing it. Now where is this food coming from? They bring it back to their mouth. They bring the swallowed food back into their mouth, and then when they are sitting idle, they don't have to do any work. Yes, they are sitting like this and they keep doing this activity. So what are they doing? They are bringing back the swallowed grass, and now they are chewing it. So this is a different thing that is observed in these grass-eating animals or these ruminants. Now, let's now discuss what is the case with them. Their stomach, in between the large intestine and the small intestine, there is a bag-like structure. There is a sac or a bag-like structure. In this, it first goes and it comes back to the mouth. So we will be studying in detail. For that, just take a pencil in your hand. Quickly underline the words that I am telling. Please underline them. They have the third line under the heading, children, digestion in grass-eating animal. They have special stomach called rumens. They have special stomach called rumens. Please underline this. Okay. Now, and also underline, they chew the cud. C-U-D, cud. They chew the cud. Now, what is this cud? This cud is actually the grass or the green leaves, whatever they have eaten, and they are bringing it back. that is called the cud. So you should be aware of these two terms: ruminants, then cud, and rumen. Rumen is a bag-like structure, additional structure which is present in their body. Now, as you can see in the diagram, can you see the rumen portion in the diagram, children? Just tell me yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So yes. Now come to the second paragraph again. And large structures between the small intestine and the large intestine. There is a large bag-like structure between the small intestine and the large intestine. Please underline that also. So they bring back the cud, and when they are sitting in the leisure time, it goes back into their mouth and they keep chewing it. Now, one more important thing about ruminants is that they, since now see, हम लोग तो घास खाते नहीं हैं, so like cellulose, the cell wall of the plant cell is made up of cellulose, and if they are eating the grass and the plant product, that means they are eating the cellulose also. Now, the cellulose needs to be digested, which is a complex starch. In our body, cellulose digesting enzymes are absent. So that is why cellulose cannot be broken. But in them, cellulose digesting enzymes are present that help the cellulose to be digested. And that is why they are adapted to eat these green products, or you can say grass and plant product. Now again underline the the second last paragraph, children. The cellulose of the food is digested here by the action of cellulose digesting bacteria. So in the first chamber, the food first comes, it comes back to the mouth, then it goes to the second chamber or the second bag-like structure. And here the cellulose is digested, as I told you, by cellulose digesting enzyme or the bacteria. Now, do not underline, just see the last line of the chapter. In the next two chambers, proteins, as I told you, that their stomach, is divided into 4 chambers. Okay, so here you see, in the next 2 chambers, as in case of us, proteins are digested. The same way, in the next 2 chambers, proteins are digested the way they are digested in our stomach. So additional is the cellulose one, the cud and the cellulose. Please underline this. Proteins are digested the way they are digested in our stomach. Fine. So again, I just repeat quickly. The stomach is divided into 4 parts. Okay. Later, because the time is up, I'll just the diagram part I'll do it in the next class. But I think the explanation is clear to you. Okay. Now quickly just listen to the homework. Come to page number 30, children. 30. Can you see the diagram of the digestive system there? Black and white. Yes. Now, honestly, without looking into the diagram that is given in the book, you are going to mark the parts that are given. That is question number 2. Observe the diagram on the right, identify the part as per description. So you will see the description A, B, C, D. You are going to mark that which part of the digestive system it is. Later, I'll be giving the answer so you can match. Okay. So this is how we have come to the end of today's class, children. Till we meet again, keep revising and keep doing your homework. Okay.